Okay, Ian Zepp here. This is the demo for Zapier for the G4 Gauntlet cohort. This is a backend API server that intakes events and presents an inbox interface where the events can also be confirmed, so to speak, at which point they're removed from the inbox. I also have a CLI tool that will assist with the demo, so we can actually interact with it more usably than just HTTP calls. Architecture, very straightforward. There's absolutely nothing complicated about this particular implementation. I used Rust. There are 6 endpoints under the main event file, and then there's a separate event types that has a pair of endpoints, register and I believe it's delete or something along those lines. That allows you to pre-register the shape of an event payload for a certain type of event. The shape in the database of the event is normally just a JSON blob, but to enforce standard typing, we went ahead and enabled the ability to register the shape in advance. On the client side, there are 2 tools. One is standard HTTP and curl. The other is the custom triggers CLI tool. That makes it a little bit easier to interact with the backend. This is deployed on Railway, and we have a Postgres service in the back. The events table, it's more complicated than this, but this is the general overview. And then the state machine, events arrive. We go ahead and get them from an inbox. We confirm that we've received them, and then later on we can go ahead and delete them if we want to. Code quality. In addition to regular unit tests, I'm also using ratchet budgets. Ratchets are essentially a way to acknowledge that sometimes you'll have anti-patterns that exist in the code base, and the goal is to remove those anti-patterns over time as opposed to blocking the entire build simply because something isn't pristine, so to speak. We do have 0 unwrap. This is a Rust build, and unwrap in Rust potentially panics, which is a bad thing when you're on a production server. So we've stripped out all of the unwrap calls and are using proper Rust patterns. The CI pipeline, testing all targets. We're being very pedantic about the linter. Clippy is a linter. Number of integration tests, number of unit tests, and we have our ratchets. The CLI tool, this is health check. Obviously, you want to make sure that the server's up. You can register, delete your event type in advance. This gives you the ability to use that to type check the shape of the payload as it comes in. Ingesting is for taking in, or I should say from the CLI's perspective, sending to the server the event itself. Inbox will check and see if you have any events waiting for you, and then act and consume are exactly what they say. Let's look at a demo. So for this, I've got Codex. Codex has the Rust CLI tool available to him, and hopefully we'll be able to go through this demo properly. So I'm going to kick it off. Okay, please run the demo now, exactly as instructed. So what Codex is going to do is run through the different steps of using the CLI tool. And for each step, he's going to go ahead and show what would be executed as well as what responses are coming back from that particular request. So here we are registering the shape of the event, and that was successful. So now we're going to go ahead and run the ingestion. Polling our inbox to check that the event is there and available to be read. And once we're finished, we're going to go ahead and delete the event type in case we needed to run a demo again. Can you describe the JSON shapes that were returned from the API server? So this is the result for the register event for the shape. This is the ingestion. Here's what our inbox looks like. Here's what the acknowledgement looks like. And the delete event type is the same as the registration. So that's it. That's my demo. Thanks for watching.